Deborah, who works as a caregiver for an elderly woman, was asked by the family to stay in the house while they were out of town. The elderly woman hadn't left her bed for over 2 years. Initially, everything seemed normal. Deborah spent most of her time watching TV or browsing her phone. However, a few nights into her stay, late one evening, she falls asleep while recording a video message for a friend. The following day, as she reviewed the footage, what she discovered in that accidental recording chilled her to the core. The figure of someone eerily enters the room and just stands there, watching Deborah before the video ends there. But who is it? The lady Deborah is caring for is supposed to be bedridden, creeped out by the footage, but since the family is out of town, Deborah doesn't tell anyone and hopes it was just a one-off. However, the next day, this happens. Voice can be heard coming from the opposite side of the door saying, "Deborah," followed by and knocking. Now, what makes this so creepy isn't the fact that hearing this is damn creepy on its own. It's the fact that it's the voice of the lady who is unable to get out of bed. So just who or what is behind the door? Well, Deborah created a video explaining what she thinks is going on.
I legitimately feel like I'm being possessed. Possessed. Something's haunting me. Legit. Like, I don't... Who turned the radio on? Who turned the radio on?
A couple of days go by, and while Deborah is at home in her bathroom, she hears something on the other side of the bathroom door. Creeped out, she hits record on her phone.
Oh, Jesus.
The voice of the old lady can be heard calling her name from the other side of Deborah's bathroom door, but when Deborah opens the door, there's no one there. Viewers of these clips were left terrified, with many believing that something evil is at play here, siding with Deborah's thoughts that she is being haunted and it's followed her home. But what do you think? Let me know down below. A man who goes by the nickname Devil's Gam uploaded these next clips and they've really creeped viewers out. Devil's Gam, who lives in Pakistan, has apparently been the victim of terrifying paranormal activity for some time. Objects would end up in other parts of his home from where he left them, and mysterious figures would be seen in the corner of his eye, but when he'd look, there would be nothing there. And one day, he manages to capture some of the paranormal activity he's witnessed on camera.
Assalamu alaikum margaru dazu charta taliu makana au da dera la mata su gore ha kor tara la mokore ra la babala walo ya Allah khair margaru zamane di video matlab da de kana چې تاسو ماته نمبر راځین کې کو څوک مولا له معلومي سب خو مولا له معلومي ماته نمبر راځین کې یو مولا سره مې رابطه وکړ تاسو نمبر راځین کړو او چې هغه مې راوستو هغه د هر څه تو کتل کنه هغه وی بل څوک ولا راولا نو زه ول څوک راولا مې یار کو تاسو څوک معلومي نو ماته په کمنټس کې نمبر راولېږئ صحیح ده مرګرو زماره دی ویډیو دا مطلب دی چې زموږ د کور نه را پیریان لاړ شي یا الله خیر مرګرو روزانه زموږ د علی ګورې ها کمرې را راوړانه کړې ده یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر استغفر الله الله اکبر یا الله خیر یا الله خیر وګوره مرګرو ها یا الله خیر 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 وګوره مرګرو ها یا الله خیر استغفر الله الله اکبر.
The activity captured is pretty intense, and apparently after this it died down for a bit. However, a few nights later the activity picks up again.
Assalamu alaikum margaru da ba kitchen ki nasu makana au bare Allah gaste dai khata su gore ya Allah khair astaghfirullah Allahu akbar ya Allah khair ya Allah khair ya Allah khair ku gore khamar garo ya Allah khair tastu to mu wijin gore ko te periyan di khuda wale di da wase da gore kha kursi se ra bar kai ha ya Allah khair ya Allah khair ya Allah khair astaghfirullah Allahu akbar gore ha ya Allah khair قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس يا الله خير سوكي لك سوكي يا الله خير يا الله خير يا الله خير غوريها يا الله خير سوكي لك يا الله خير يا الله خير استغفر الله الله أكبر يا الله خير سوكي لك يا الله خير يا الله خير يا الله خير.
Again, objects can be seen moving all by themselves, and Devil's Gam is understandably terrified. The activity settles for around a week when Devil's Gam is disturbed again, but this time he fully tries to confront whatever is causing this nightmare.
Ya Allah khair, Ya Allah khair, Ya Allah khair. Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas, malikin nas, ilahin nas, min sharril waswasil hannas. الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس يا الله خير دو يا الله خير يا الله خير يا الله خير يا الله خير دو غورخا يا الله خير يا الله خير يا الله خير دو غورخا يا الله خير قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الهناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس يا الله خير يا الله خير يا الله خير دو غورخا آخر دو غورخا يا الله خير يا الله خير يا الله خير دو غوري خاله شپې 12 بجې دي بسم الله يا الله خير.
As Devil's Gam confronts whatever is there, objects again move on their own, but as he flees outside, someone or something can be seen peeking out from behind the door right where Devil's Gam just was. But who is it? Devil's Gam says that this is the work of a jinn, a supernatural being from Islamic folklore that doesn't just haunt abandoned places, but can also attach itself to people or homes, causing chaos and fear. Known for their ability to manipulate objects and remain unseen, jinn are said to thrive on creating disturbances like the ones captured in these clips. leaving those affected terrified and desperate for answers. And internet viewers agree. But what do you think? Is Devil's Gam being haunted by a jinn? Share your thoughts in the comments. We've just launched our YouTube membership program and I'm excited to invite you to become a part of it. By joining, you'll get access to members only content, priority replies from us in the comments, loyalty badges next to your name, and much more. Plus, you'll be supporting the channel directly, which helps us to keep creating the content you love to watch. To support us, just hit the join button below this video. It's that simple. Whether you decide to join or not, I'm grateful for your support. And if you're not ready to join yet, but love watching scary videos, then please, if you haven't already, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you never miss a scary video. Popular Indonesian ghost hunter Ewing HD ventures out to a supposedly haunted house located in Bataraden, Purwokerto, Indonesia. The house is said to be haunted by a kuntilanak, a vengeful spirit from Indonesian folklore, often depicted as a woman with long black hair and a white dress, and sightings of her have been frequent, giving the house the nickname the Kuntilanak House. For the first part of the video, Ewing and his team explore the old house, then later they find an upstairs room with a painting in, supposedly the painting of the woman whose spirit is said to be the Kuntilanak, and Ewing decides to call out.
Bentar lagi lagunya habis, bentar lagi. Tanggung. Guys, cepetan guys. Bagi para penghuni yang ada di sini, coba kasih kita penampakan, entah itu berupa wujud atau suara. Lagunya udah mau habis.
Did you spot it? If you look at the painting, the eyes of the woman move right after Ewing calls out. But at the time, nobody noticed it, and it was only when they reviewed the footage did they see what the camera had captured. Earlier this year, Shireen Louise, a young mother from England, moved into a new house with her daughter. At first, everything was going well, but not long after moving in, rather strange things started to take place, leaving Shireen a bit spooked. Her daughter started to act different and mentioned that she'd been seeing things which Shireen just can't wrap her head around. One of the strangest things though is that her daughter says that she has seen a strange man in the hallway of their home, but that's not all she's been seeing.
What is it?
Bad eyes.
Bad eyes?
Yeah. Bad eyes.
Bad eyes.
Yeah.
Where?
Guys.
Upstairs. Nope, no, I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing this again. Please.
Shireen's daughter says that she can see something with bad eyes. Creeped out by this, Shireen decides to dig deep for information on the area her house is built on. She asks a lecturer at her university who studies the paranormal for advice, and what he tells her leaves her in shock. According to him, he tells her her house is built right on the site of an old battlefield, a place where many soldiers passed away. This leads her to wonder if her house could be haunted by the ghost of a soldier. Curious, Shireen sets up a security camera in the hallway of her home, the area where her daughter said she saw the strange man. And one night, while Shireen and her daughter were sleeping, the camera captured this.
Come on then, let me help.
Mom, Dad.
What is it?
Dad.
What?
Dad.
Scared of what? Who is it?
No.
Is someone there?
Yeah, but bad eyes. 2 eyes. But 2 eyes. Head. That.
Hi.
Eye.
Is he doing anything? What's he doing? Right, see you later, Mr. Soldier Man. What? Are you laughing at him? Is he being funny? Is he being funny? That's good, isn't it? You're still looking at someone. Oh my god, she's... What? No, please don't. No, stop. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry, you just scared Mummy. Sorry, you just scared Mummy. It's not scary. It's not scary. He's a funny friend, isn't he? He's a funny friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sound of breathing can be heard right next to the camera. But it's the middle of the night and we can clearly see Shireen in the room at the end of the hallway. However, the creepiest part is the fact that Shireen's daughter continuously says that she feels scared and that something we can't see in the room at the end of the hallway is, quote, bad. After experiencing this unsettling series of events, Shireen's initial excitement about her new home has turned into lingering dread. The knowledge that her house stands on the site of an old battlefield, once stained with the memories of fallen soldiers, only heightens her unease. Many of her viewers believe her daughter may be seeing the spirit of one of those long-departed souls, still searching for rest. With each eerie occurrence, the question becomes harder to ignore. Is it worth staying in a place that feels so unwelcoming? While some suggest moving out immediately, others encourage trying to understand the entity that may reside in their home. But what would you do if you were in Shireen's shoes? Would you stay and attempt to uncover the truth behind these strange events? Or would you pack up and leave, leaving the past or whatever else might linger there behind? Comment below and let me know. Russian ghost hunters taboo seekers of the paranormal uploaded the following video to YouTube and is pretty intriguing. In the video, Andre and Nastia make contact with something through their ghost box device, which tells them to visit an old cemetery alone at night. And if they do, then they will definitely encounter paranormal phenomena. So that's what they do. Andre ventures into the cemetery as instructed, carrying a Kinect-based SLS or structured light sensor camera, originally designed for gaming consoles, but now repurposed by ghost hunters to detect and map out human-like shapes as stick figures that are invisible to the naked eye. They place the camera pointing inside the cemetery, and what it captures makes their jaws drop. Someone or something appears out of nowhere and stands motionless for a few seconds before vanishing. Then, a few seconds later, something appears again and seems to be sitting, but then a second figure appears and sort of stands there. The sitting figure vanishes first, followed by the standing figure, but then two figures appear briefly before disappearing, never to be seen again. Taboo seekers of the paranormal and their viewers believe that they captured evidence of ghosts on camera at this old cemetery, with many mentioning their experiences at cemeteries at night and during the day. But what do you think? Did taboo seekers of the paranormal record spirits on their Kinect-based SLS camera at this old cemetery? You tell me.